welcome back to your guitar wish of the day for Wednesday. My name's Lee, coming to you once again from Lincoln, North Carolina at our incredible Guitar Wishes facility. Today is, of course, Wednesday, and on Wednesday we have Papa Bill's Bass Grooves, where we highlight bass and bassists, and today we've got a really cool guest. But before we do that, I like to say, wait till the end of the video. I've got a question for you, and when you comment, the first 3 people that comment the correct answer, we've got a prize for you. So wait till the end of the video for that question. All right? And as I said, today we've got a really cool guest with us. This is...
My name is Payton Velligan.
Payton Velligan, that's right. So Payton came into the store, and one of the most incredibly talented bass players we've had come in. So thank you for agreeing to be on one of our videos.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me about your decision to start playing bass. How did that happen?
Okay, so it's a little bit of a story. I've been playing music my whole life, really, or ever since I was really young. I started playing piano, and so I've played classical piano since I was about 5. I picked up the guitar when I was in middle school. I was maybe 13. I really got into Led Zeppelin and Jimmy Page, and I wanted to play guitar. I thought that was just the coolest thing possible. And so I was playing guitar for a few years, and I joined a band called IRRASHIONal. And I was just the lead singer at first, so I also, did a little singing or whatever. Anything I could do to just play the music that I love, which is really the classic rock, 70s and 80s music. And so I've been in the band for a couple years, and we were a 4-piece, and we're all in high school. And last year, our bass player decided to go to college, so he graduated and left the band, and so we had a decision whether we were going to get a new bass player or kind of stay as just the 3 of us, and I could pick up bass and still sing. And so that's what we ended up doing. So, I had a little bit of experience playing guitar, so I was like, I can probably do this. And I did play a couple of songs on bass in our set. Our bass player would hop on the keys or whatever, and I'd jump on bass, and so I was like, I think I can probably do this. So yeah, I started learning our whole set and trying to dive into the instrument a little bit, and it's been really, really fun. I loved it. Well,
I can tell from your playing. And the piece you played for us just a little while ago, I can really hear the Rush influence. So tell me how Rush and Geddy Lee work into that.
Yeah, so been listening to Rush for a little while. When I actually joined Irrational, I'm in a band with 3 guys, so they were all just totally into the Rush, and I didn't even really listen to that much Rush. I was more like Zeppelin and Beatles, and I was like, okay, this is kind of weird, what the heck. But I started listening to more of it, and we actually our band started out as just kind of like a Rush little tribute. I said basement tribute, we were just playing Rush songs in the basement. We started Tom Sawyer and Free Will, and so the influence is definitely there from early on. We started playing other covers and other music, but the Rush has always kind of stayed part of who we are. So yeah, when we started writing original music, it definitely carried over into our sound.
Yeah, well, you speak of original music. You were saying that you've got some things out on Spotify. And, what is that?
Yeah, so we've been writing for a little while now, but last December we just released our first EP. It's 4 original tracks. It's called Closer Than You Think. And yeah, it's just kind of a combination of songs that, how should I say, you can kind of hear all our influences coming together, and finally us taking that and turning into just something that's our own.
Sure.
But yeah, so that's 4 original tracks. You can find it on Apple Music, Spotify, pretty much any streaming service.
Okay, now spell the name of your bands for people who want to find it.
Irrational, it's IRRASHIONAL. So like the word irrational, we spell it differently, and that is actually, we used to be called Rash after Rush, and we wanted to keep that little, it's kind of sentimental, so we kept the Rash in there. But people were kind of like, Rash, that kind of has a weird connotation, like,
and you said you're still in high school, correct?
Yeah, I'm a senior in high school. Actually, all 3 of us in Irrational are now seniors, so getting ready to graduate.
And as a senior in high school, you've already played some pretty big gigs. Tell me about some of these gigs you've played.
Yeah, so we're fortunate enough to really play almost every weekend. We play around Lake Norman, We play some venues we've also played in Charlotte, like the Visual Light Theater.
Now that's a huge, that's a great.
That was probably one of the
venue.
bigger venues that we've played.
Yeah.
And we've played some big festivals down in Charlotte. We play, some big places in Cornelius. We open for bands sometimes. We play our own shows, 3-hour shows.
That's great.
We played at a place called Absent Tap, which is a huge place in Mooresville.
Absolutely.
Big music venue. So it's just a lot of fun to be able to share what we love with other people and to bring them joy.
Absolutely.
Through music.
Well, what's next? What's next? So you've got music on the Apple, you got music on Spotify, you're playing shows, you're a senior house. What's next?
Well, right now, the future's a little uncertain. We don't know exactly where life is going to take us this next year. We're all graduating. We're looking at college and stuff, but as of right now, we are working on our second EP, which is going to actually include some of the stuff I played earlier on it. And it's going to be 4 tracks again, 4 all originals.
Awesome.
So still writing original music, really trying to find our sound, which is really trying to bring back the sound of the 70s, that raw, just pure rock and roll, back, kind of into the modern music scene.
That's great. It's not enough of it, in my opinion. So thank you for doing that. Now, this bass that you're playing.
Well, the Geddy Lee bass, it's actually just kind of a quick story of how because when I became a bass player, I said, I've got to be the bass player for our band now. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna need a bass. So that was kind of the first step. And I had played a few, and I was used to playing guitar. So I was like, man, this is such a big instrument. I was like, I really wanted something that I could wrap my hands around easily and still sing. And so I went to go see a local band. Actually, we played a charity show with another local band, and the guy played a Geddy Lee signature. And so I was kind of going up to him, and he was talking about Rush and music, and he was like, well, hey, why don't you just play my bass? Just grab it and just try it out real quick. I was like, okay. So I was like, man, the neck is just, it's so thin and just amazingly easy to play, and I don't have very big hands. So I just love the feel of it. Then, jazz bass, I love the versatility of it.
Absolutely.
So it just made sense. And of course, being a Rush fan,
absolutely,
I love Geddy. So I was like, I'll just try this out. This is the Mexico, made in Mexico Geddy.
Well, I'll tell you,
so
it
it's
sounds
pretty
great.
affordable, and it's my only bass. I love it. I play all my shows with it.
What else
it's on the
do you need?
record.
What else do you need?
Don't need anything else.
It sounds great, and again, thank you so much for sitting with us today. And I would love it if you would play something else for us.
Sure. Yeah. Right. Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, back from the red carpet, and that was really, really good. I mean, and that was an original, correct, right?
Thank you, yes.
All right, so both pieces you played for us was original. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's really cool to have somebody come in who is as talented and actually writes. So anybody can learn a song, but actually writing is a different thing.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's been kind of a journey, I have to say, going from, you know, just playing covers and learning other people's music to writing our own. But it's been fun. It's been kind of like, you know, a learning process. Like you learn to write an essay or a good essay, and you kind of learn, you know, how you're feeling and how to write that or translate that into lyrics or music and make people feel something. And it's been really cool to see, we incorporate our originals into our live show among the covers. First of all, just to see people's reactions and be like, hey, I love the message you're trying to say in that song. Our EP that we already have out is really about, like freedom and being who you are and, following your heart, as well as our next EP that's coming out, so that's kind of our message. Seeing them kind of grab onto that, as well as it's kind of funny because we really we call it 80s revival music. It's definitely rock and roll. So it's cool to see people, we're playing, Led Zeppelin or Rush, and then we play an original and we don't say anything about it being original, and they're trying to like figure out, who's this by? I think this sounds familiar because it kind of has the same sounds, kind of reminiscent of those bands. So
that was great. Thank you again for sharing with us today and for playing. It was really, really good. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if anybody would like to know more about the bass that she's playing, you want to know more about her band, you can contact us here at Guitar Wishes. Check out our Facebook page. And please, everybody, go ahead and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for all the subscriptions that we've had so far. We're trying to get that magic number 500. So again, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell so you'll be notified of new content uploaded daily. And as promised, here's my question of the day. All right, so we've had Cecil Partlow in twice. The first video where he just teased a little bit of what he was going to do in his main interview video, a gentleman by the name of Tommy Smith popped in for just a second. And while he was in the shop with Josh, he mentioned the band that he plays with. The first 3 people that comment below the correct name of that band, you're going to win a prize. So again, what band is Tommy Smith? Tommy, you're not allowed to answer this question. So the first 3 people that comment. And again, what band does Tommy Smith play for? All right, and again, thank you so much. We appreciate you. If you want to hear more about Irrational, where can they check you out?
Yeah, we're on Facebook, Instagram. We have a website. Look up Irrational, IRRASHIONAL. irrationalband.com. Check us out on Apple Music, Spotify, all those music streaming services.
Awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next time. Peace.